I hope you enjoyed the artwork of Bill Traylor. Today we're going to be making our own silhouette, um, looking at Bill Traylor's artwork and looking at the silhouettes and thinking about what we know about things like animals and people. I want you to decide if you want to do an animal that you see often, like an animal at your house, or maybe an animal that lives in your yard, like a bird or a squirrel or a rabbit. And we're going to draw that on a blue sheet of paper. So here's a cat I was working on. So I want to show you something about, I didn't like how things were going. You can see where I've scribbled out and changed things. This is the back of my paper. So now I'm going to take a black crayon and kind of fix this up. So I want it to look like it's moving, and I want it to look kind of sleek. So I don't know what color this is. It's not working very good. I'll try a, let's see if I can find a black crayon. Is that black? Okay. Okay. I want it to be smooth, and I want it to go into that tail nice and smooth. So changing it a little bit with my black to make it more sleek. All right. So that's what the shape of my cat's going to be. And let me do another one that's a person. Now this one's actually, I drew this one out in pencil. So I'm just going to trace over it so you can see. And you only need to go around the person or the animal, because we're going to just cut it out so it's just the shape of it. So I do have other things drawn here, but I don't need to show all of them when I do this black crayon part. All right, so now I want to look at it, make sure I think it's okay. All right, now I'm going to cut them out. And one thing I like to do when I cut is get rid of a lot of extra paper before I start cutting. So I'm going to trim all of this off before I start cutting all the details out. Now I can start cutting on my black line. Be careful not to cut anything off. So I don't want to cut my head off or my arm off by mistake. But I really have to make sure I cut it out nicely so that I can see all of the parts. Okay, so you can see how nice I'm cutting around. So I'm going to pause and come right back. All right, so I finished cutting them out. So there's my girl, and there's a cat. You can see on the back all the coloring. That's why we flip it over. So now I just have the silhouette, or the plain side. I'm going to take that and we're going to glue it to a different colored paper. You can choose any of your colored papers. And let's see, I think I'm gonna use the girl. And I'll use a couple dots of glue to stick that down. And then I'm going to add just one last thing. There. Stick that down. So just real simple, there's no background, there's just nothing going on, but we need an eye. So now I'm going to take my crayon, and I'll use my white crayon, and I'm going to draw my eye. And then I'll put a little blue in the middle. And there you go. There's my finished artwork. I'll put my name right here. Voila. And that's it. So I hope you had fun making your silhouette Bill Traylor style folk art person or animal.